Worried about gout? Check out Ural, the effective urinary alkalinizer. Ural, neutralize your uric acid problem now.
This is KiniNews and I'm your host Prasad. If Azam Baki publicly admitted that his trading account was used by his brother, then why is it that the Securities Commission was not able to establish if he had committed any violation of the law? Weeks on, we're just left with more questions than answers. DAP has urged the Securities Commission to clearly state whether MACC Chief Azam Baki was involved in proxy trading. DAP Secretary General Lim Guan Eng said if the SC does not do this, it risks being seen as engaging in a cover-up. Lim added that Azam had already publicly admitted that his trading account was once used by someone else. In a statement today, Lim also questioned how the SC did not act when Azam had openly and publicly admitted that he had allowed his brother to conduct proxy share trading. Lim, a former finance minister, suggested it is not worth risking SC's reputation and investor confidence in Malaysia's capital market to cover up just one individual. With this, Lim also asked whether the earlier tit-for-tat investigations by MACC against the SC will also be closed or quietly forgotten since MACC has cleared Azam. The SC's announcement has been both shocking and unacceptable. According to Gomez, this is why he is pushing for a probe. The Securities Commission has not been able to establish if MACC Chief Azam Baki had committed any violation of the law. This is why economist Edmund Terence Gomez said it's imperative to put the top anti-graft officer on garden leave while he is being investigated. Gomez said the SC's announcement yesterday was shocking and unacceptable. The SC yesterday issued a statement announcing that it had concluded its inquiry into the shareholding case of Azam. It said it was unable to conclusively establish that a breach under Section 25(4) of the Securities Industry Act had occurred. He said although the allegations were raised by the media, discussed in Parliament and brought to the attention of the MACC's advisory board, no independent investigation was undertaken. He called it a disturbing series of events where investigations have been hampered or have not reached a satisfactory conclusion. UMNO may not need to wait until GE15 to show Bersatu who's boss. A few in the party believe they'll only need an election in Johor to bury Muhyiddin Yassin's party. UMNO is confident that it can kill off Bersatu, and according to one party source, they won't have to wait until the general election. The source told Malaysia Kini that UMNO is confident of winning comfortably if the Johor State Assembly elections are held in the near future. The source, who is part of the central leadership, explained that UMNO really wanted a state election to be held in the near future to get a new, stronger mandate. The Barisan Nasional-led Johor State government currently has the advantage of only one state seat, following the death of Kampas Assembly person Osman Sapian on December 21st, with Bihan having 16 state seats, Bersatu 11 and PAS 1, while the opposition Harapan has 27 seats. Yesterday, Bernama reported that Johor Menteri Besar Hasni Mohamad ducked the question when asked about the possibility of the state elections being held after Chinese New Year. When asked about the matter, the Johor UMNO chairperson just laughed and stressed that, in fact, what is more important is the justification why the election should be held. Bersatu, through its Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin, has said that the party is ready for any eventuality if the Johor State Assembly is dissolved in the near future. Meanwhile, another UMNO source said they are in a state of readiness to face polls if it is held in the near future. However, the party is waiting for blessings on several matters before seeking consent to dissolve the State Assembly, said the second source, also part of the party's central leadership. A rally is planned this Saturday called Tangkap Azam Baki, and 3 Amanah youth leaders who expressed support for the rally have been questioned by the police, and they won't be the last. 3 Amanah youth leaders have been questioned by the police after they voiced their support in a press conference for the Tangkap Azam Baki rally planned for Saturday. They were questioned at the Dang Wangi District Police Headquarters this afternoon.
Kami disiasat di bawah Seksyen 504 Kanun Keseksaan serta Seksyen 233 Akta Komunikasi dan Multimedia. Okay. Jadi kami pun telah selesai memberikan keterangan dan kami memberikan kerjasama yang baik kepada pihak polis. Tapi apa yang kami nak sampaikan di sini ialah bahawa kerajaan yang ada pada hari ini, iaitu kerajaan yang dinamakan sebagai Kerajaan Keluarga Malaysia ini, seolah-olah takut dengan apa yang nak digerakkan oleh anak muda, kerana ini adalah satu tunjuk perasaan yang nak dibuat secara aman. Satu demonstrasi aman sebagaimana yang disebutkan semalam adalah dijamin di bawah perkara 10 Perlembagaan Persekutuan.
Several days ago, a poster calling for the Rakyat to join a Tangkap Azam Baki poster started going viral on social media. The identity of its organizer remains unclear, but the poster had been shared by many, including some politicians. Previously, Amanah Youth said they plan to mobilize more than 1,000 members to participate in the rally, as well as at least 10 lawyers to monitor the situation. They also urged the police to stop intimidating individuals who had shared the poster promoting the rally on social media. Now we have a message from our sponsor. When we're back, find out what Najib and Amanah have in common.
Pening, tangan dan kaki kebas, letih. Ini mungkin tanda peredaran darah kurang baik. Cubalah Thomson Activated Ginkgo dengan teknologi aktivasi dari Jepun yang menghancurkan ginkgo biloba dan melekat pada dinding usus untuk penyerapan lebih baik bagi membantu memperbaiki peredaran darah. Kawalan kualiti memastikan ia mudah larut dengan daun muda ginkgo dari Jepun. Untuk peredaran darah yang lebih baik, cubalah Thomson Activated Ginkgo. Ini adalah Medifax untuk Thomson.
Najib and an Amanah leader are on the same page when it comes to rejecting the high price of the RFID stickers. Barisan Nasional and Pakatan Harapan politicians appear to agree with each other when it comes to the selling price of the RFID stickers. According to them, the stickers are too expensive, especially with the low cost to produce them. Former Prime Minister Najib Abdul Razak said each passive RFID sticker usually costs below 1 ringgit. However, it's sold at 35 ringgit each. Writing on social media, Najib said the stickers should be given free to each touch-and-go customer. The Pekan MP said the sale of the RFID stickers at the current price would only benefit the cronies. Meanwhile, Amanah Committee member and Permatang Pasir Assembly person Faiz Fadzil also urged the government and Plus Malaysia Berhad to provide RFID stickers for free. He said this is because the highway concessionaire will profit via toll payment involving at least 1 million vehicles per day. Faiz added that the government and the concessionaire should be more flexible in implementing RFID by not abolishing the use of existing touch-and-go cards. The concessionaire was criticised by highway users over the massive traffic congestion at certain toll booths following the implementation of the RFID system. Plus said RFID tags are already in use by about 1.5 million highway users, especially in the Klang Valley. Abdul Aziz's brother has been granted a full acquittal. How did the prosecution let this happen? Let's find out. Ex-Tabung Haji chairperson Abdul Aziz's brother, Abdul Latif Abdul Rahim, has succeeded in obtaining a full acquittal. This is after he was accused of abetting Aziz to accept bribes linked to highway projects in Perak and Kedah. The Kuala Lumpur High Court this afternoon allowed Latif's revision application to substitute his discharge not amounting to an acquittal to instead a full acquittal over 2 corruption abetment charges. An accused granted a discharge not amounting to an acquittal could theoretically be charged again for the same offence, while a full acquittal would bar the prosecution from seeking to recharge him or her for the same crime. During open court proceedings this afternoon, High Court Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira ruled that the revision application has merit. The judge ruled that the prosecution failed to give good reason why the lower court should grant a discharge rather than a full acquittal. The judge ruled that the prosecution's given reason for a discharge in the case, namely that Latif is to testify against Aziz, would have instead opened the possibility of the applicant being held to ransom to testify favourably for the prosecution. Sequeira said this is because any such testimony by Latif against Aziz may later be attacked and regarded as tainted. Meanwhile, Aziz's corruption and money laundering trial before the Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court, however, is currently stayed, pending the Baling MP's appeal at the Court of Appeal. According to the latest data from the Health Ministry, the Omicron variant appears to be gaining dominance in the country. Malaysia has confirmed 439 genomically confirmed Omicron cases in the country. The cumulative number includes 186 COVID-19 samples sequenced since last Friday, all of which have turned out to be the highly transmittable Omicron variant. According to the findings announced by the Health Ministry Director General, Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah, the cumulative number is made up of 385 imported and 54 locally transmitted cases. Compared to previously announced sequencing results, this is the first time all samples have turned out to be the Omicron variant. However, it should be noted that Malaysia sequences only a tiny portion of its COVID-19 cases, which limits the country's ability to track the spread of variants. Moreover, the samples selected to undergo sequencing are not random, meaning the proportion of identified variants is not necessarily indicative of the relative prevalence of each variant in the community. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad. Thank you for watching.